Hi there, it's Kaya from kajcyika.crafts, and today I will show you how fun and simple it is to make a card with coloring on vellum. First, I will stamp out my flowers. I am using the new Cosmos stamp set and I will be heat embossing it on vellum. I will be using silver embossing powder because I feel like it gives it that wow effect. I will be of course using Versamark ink, and I am actually using the Misty because I want to make sure that I have everything inked up and that the embossing powder will stick where I want it to be. I will ink it up twice just so everything is colored, and I will do the same process for every flower. I will be actually making 2 flowers and some leaves. So once this is inked up, I will use this paper and I will then apply the embossing powder. I'm using the Nuvo silver embossing powder that has this beautiful glitter in it that you can see here. And then I won't heat set it yet because I don't want my vellum to warp. You know that vellum is really thin, and if I would go ahead and heat set it right now, it would warp a bit, and then when I heat set it again for the other flowers, it would warp again. So you want to make sure that you only heat set as little as possible because, as said, this is really thin paper. When I'm happy with the result, I will of course heat set it, and I will make sure that my heat tool is really hot, so when I come to the paper it melts instantly. You can see this here, how it melts. I love that this embossing powder has the glitter in it, so it actually adds this little extra spark. I will have just a bit of warping, but once I die cut it later, it won't show. So we will now move on to the coloring. I will use the greens for the leaves and the purples for the blooms. You will notice that the colors on vellum seem really pale, and they actually are really pale in real life. So you will want to use quite the colors that are darker, so you will get the effect you want. You can see that I'm coloring on the back side. That's because you don't want to ruin the embossing. So just flip the paper around and color like you would normally do. For purples I will be using 3 colors, and you can see that these appear quite soft, so I will show you later that it's actually quite a dark color. So I will shade it as I normally would, with the dark first, and then the middle shade, and then the light shade. You can see how dark the color looks on the paper down where I put it, but on the vellum it appears really soft. You may want to know that vellum is really sleek surface. This means you won't be able to do your blending as you would normally do, but I actually like the effect of almost watercoloring you get with this technique. So I will do the same for every bloom, and this is how it looks once it's done. I will now die cut it, and it may appear dark now, but when I put it on white you will see how gorgeous it is and how beautiful the embossing powder shines. So I didn't have the exact green paper, so I will just go ahead and make my own using the same alcohol marker I did before for the leaves. Once I'm happy, I will wait a bit so the marker dries, and then I will heat emboss Your Amazing sentiment from the new Because set. I will heat set it in white, and I will again make sure that I have my heat tool really hot and apply it to the sentiment. I will use this beautiful banner that is also a new die, and I will use a size that is slightly smaller for the silver banner. And now it's time to glue everything together. I will apply really small amount of liquid glue where I know that it won't show. So if I have a big coat of embossing powder on top, I will put the glue there, and then because we have the stitching, I will also apply it there. But first I will put this big acrylic block on top so it will dry just a bit, and meanwhile I will also glue together these two banners. So I think that this silver banner connects this green one with the background beautifully, and I will also put one of the acrylic blocks on top. As said, I will now apply the glue also on the stitching, but only in the corners, and this will prevent any warping and it will just stay put there. For the banners, I will pop them up using some foam squares so we got some dimension, and I will put it here on the right hand side under the flowers. I found this Nuvo drops that goes perfectly with my sentiment banner, and I already put them down, so these on the paper are dry already, so I will put them where I want them to be. I like to do this because this is how I can control the Nuvo drops, because you know that sometimes they can be really hard to get the right size. That's it for today. I will have everything linked below. Most of the things are from the new release that you will wanna check out if you haven't already. And yeah, don't forget to try this awesome coloring on vellum technique. It's really fun and easy to do. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys soon. Bye bye!